Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of CanalTown here in City Skylines, where today we are going to attempt something very adventurous. Now, what I'm going to try and do is build a brand new airport. Where am I going to build it? Within the canal stretch. Yes, you heard it here first. Now, I'm kind of taking a little bit of inspiration from the City of London airport. If you don't know what it is, guys, I highly recommend going to Google Maps right now and searching the City of London airport right now. It is a small kind of like, I think it's a regional airport, which is based in the centre of London. It's not quite on the River Thames, but there's some water surrounding it with the docks and stuff like that. But it looks like an airport that shouldn't be there. It looks like an airport that is completely out of place, and the approach and takeoff are quite interesting with all the surrounding skyscrapers, and I kind of want to implement something like that within CanalTown. Now, while we are waiting, boys, for a lot of the city to kind of grow with all the recent expansions that we have done, we're still, I mean, a few episodes ago, we did all this over here, and we're still waiting for this to kind of grow right now. We did some commercial areas right now, not commercial, sorry, pedestrianized areas, which we're still waiting for those to grow. So while we're waiting for some movement, oh, there's some issues over here right now. We're going to try and attempt something a little bit different. Now, I'll solve this issue in just a second. This is the current airport that we have on the go. Now, as good as it is, as jazzy as it is, we all can agree the airport's DLC is terrible. It does not function how you want it to. You always get planes literally merged here and crashed out in random places, which kind of causes backlogs. That plane doesn't even know where it's freaking going right now. So, what we had to do with this, I implemented a secondary cargo airport over here, just slightly out the way, and it does wonders for us. I do need to hook that up to the train line at some point. And I want to kind of do the same right now to passengers. So, we can treat this as our international destination, our international airport. This is our regional cargo airport, and I want to build a regional passenger airport. But looking at it, you're thinking, well, where is your damn folio going to do it right now? And I've kind of picked the location. It's here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and implement the airport here. I'm going to have to, obviously, reclaim some land from the riverbed here. But what an approach. What a landscape. What a backdrop. If you're on a plane right now coming into this regional airport, it's kind of going to be crazy. So, first things first then, we're going to quickly take a look at this issue over here right now. We seem to have an issue, and it's mainly down to the fact that these guys have a lot of garbage piling up. We do have a service building just here, but I don't think this service building's actually working. I could be wrong, but I just have this feeling it's not actually working right now. Do the other ones work that we placed in? We have one just here, right? See, that's got a garbage truck that's now patrolling. So, we know that works. Whereas over here, not a fat lot's going on. And I'm not sure why, because vehicles can drive through. What if I rotate the building to this way? Will we then start seeing people utilizing it? It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It really is. Now, the zoning's not messed up, is it? If I go to my pedestrianized stuff. No, it's all within it. So the zoning kind of reaches over. But why there's no damn folio over here? Want to utilize this? Right. Literally, I only did it last episode, but I've kind of forgotten where my pedestrianized stuff now is. It's just here, isn't it? Yeah. So let me place down then a garbage point. So I'm going to drop this just here. I want to see if this, which is dedicated for garbage only, now gets sucked into this area. Because we know vehicles can use it. We've just seen vehicles enter in and out. Don't worry, guys. You will soon have garbage. So, garbage trucks. It shows how many garbage trucks can be, you know, kind of come in. Up to 15. Even though I've added more in. Does that create like a separate area? No, it still says we're in the same area. Oh, hang on. There's a truck just coming in right there. Is that a garbage truck? That's a waste transfer facility. So, that vehicle can get to the building. But they don't want to produce garbage trucks. Oh, you can change the variant. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm not too sure what's going down here. I'm not really sure. Now, what if I kind of do what I did on the other sides? and place down that service point. So, medium service point-ish. Put it just here instead. And then if we pump that... Okay, I've got to be careful about how I do it. Have I done the right... No, I'm doing the wrong thing. Where's my pedestrianised area? Got to make sure that no of the other buildings get sucked into this. Right, and that's enough. Now, do we start seeing them coming out of this? Is the real question. Apparently 70... this is a small cargo. This is the wrong building! That's the wrong building. I needed a service point, didn't I? Okay, that's a little bit too big. Let's go for the skinnier version. No, actually, we'll just go with this. Right, there we go. Will they now start coming out of this and servicing this area? Have vehicles come out of this yet? No. What is going on? You guys know you can kind of, you know, come in here right now and service this place. The other two cargo areas are completely fine. Right. We'll come back to this. And we'll see what's going down. You just drove across the water, you damn fool. Because I want to build this. Now, a couple of problems we're going to have right now. I've already selected the airport in question, which is going to be this one. So if I put it against this road here, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, that's as far out as it's going to stick out. Problem we got is the shipping paths and the ferry lines. They're a little bit too close for comfort. They are. So we're going to have to kind of rejig them. So this is going to be fun. I reckon what we do is actually, to kind of cut it in a bit more, what if I did something like this? Now, what if I deleted all this road just here for a second? Right. Just, you know, just bear with me a second. Bear with me a second, boys. Go for a normal style road. That's all good. So that there originally came across. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, what if I come off? Is that about a 5? That is a 5 there. And this did this. Bam, 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 bam. And then went for a... I'm hoping this is like a 5... Well, 5x5 bends like that. 5x5 bends like that. So you borderline get the same setup that we just kind of had. You borderline get the same setup. There's nothing really changing there. Nothing really different. But now I've brought it in by a few. Which means that the runway will no longer... won't protrude as much. So if I pause the game and place that in... Oh, I've just messed it up straight away. Messed up the placement straight away. It needs to go just there. Right, and that's how much it sticks out by. Now, the landing and approach... the landing and takeoff to this bridge is going to be quite interesting. That's going to be one of the difficult points to this. And then also landing and taking off over the sea. But just imagine the view of doing this. I'm actually quite excited to see how this progresses. So how much of the shipping... Now, we might not even have to trim it. If we can get the key walls just right, we might not even have to trim it. So, key walling it. So if I come off just there... So if I just go to there for now, it's quite narrow, that key wall. It is quite narrow. Select it all. Obviously, without selecting the airport. Set to the object height of the airport. And that's how much it sticks out by. For some reason, I accidentally picked the pedestrian, the walkable ones. But how much is that now? Do you know, we might be able to get away with this. So I've picked this one here, the city key. Which is a space for pedestrians to walk. I actually don't know if they actually walk it or not. I don't think they do, but I might keep it there just for the trees. It's probably not a great idea. So, if I bring it to the end of the runway. There we go. So, by that logic, I'm going to go by a 10. Right. A 4. Or I'm going to delete that. So, we've gone by a 10 that way. And then we'll go by a 10 this way. That's just to give us enough room either side for if a plane overextends. So, that to then there is a 4. Do I come off this? So that there's a 5. That's a 4. And that there's a 10. So if I go, can I try and do it by a 6? I don't think it's going to want to play ball that much. So I think we just have to kind of do what we've got to do. There's a 5. Okay, that's a 4. That works. So if I then cut through here, there we go. I've got it snapped perfect right now. And then go directly in. Well, we'll go to here first, because we got to get all these the same level. Should have gone a little bit further, right? And there we go. Got to get all these the same level. Now, what I could do is using this tool here. So if I picked that node, pick that node, and if I suggest it to be the same object height, obviously, as these, nothing really changes. And then the good old-fashioned slope tool. There to there, raises it all up. I might have to obviously invert some segments depending on what has flipped around. That's not too bad. Just wait till all the grass grows and all that kind of jazz. It looks sweet. Yeah, so some segments need to be inverted, but let's just now get this to the right object height. So all this down here needs to be flattened out. And we'll bring this right into the corner. So the bit that doesn't connect, that's where we have to invert the segment. There we go, there we go, there we go. Ooh. All right, all into here. Okay, so let's invert those segments then, which is just here, which will be you. You gonna invert, boy? What's going on here? Why you not invert? Why is it not inverting? Well, if I delete it and place it back in, maybe it's kind of like low-key stuck. Wow, it doesn't really want to invert, does it? And you can't invert a corner, which is really weird. Okay, that did what I needed to do. Nope. Now, why is that here not doing what I want it to do? Is there more inverts that need to happen? Interesting. Interesting. Right, all to the same object height as the airport. Right, nothing now has changed. But why will this? There's something fishy going on, isn't there, boys? There's something fishy going on right now. Do you know what? Forget all that then. Because clearly this doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So we'll have to kind of slightly jig it a bit. So I've already gone here by an 8. So if I go up by 5, 6, 7... 8, 4. Right, scrap that. Scrap these. Because we've got to make it up ourselves, basically. So from the 10 marker there and then straight down. Right, don't even invert right now. Don't even bother inverting. There we go. Right, so the 10 mark. Right, and then in. Right, perfect. There should now be no issues. There should now be no issues. 0 issues, boys. Apart from that inverted segment there. Ha ha! So for some reason then, it wants to kind of dip down. Now, I don't know whether that's down to the fact that it's to do with what the terrain was originally. that it kind of bubbles slightly. But yeah, that's as good as you're going to get it. That is as good as you're going to get it at this point without kind of really fine-tuning the, the heebie-jeebies out of this. So I'm putting it to play mode now, which is obviously going to cause some flooding. It's obviously going to cause some flooding. But that's now technically connected. So we'll try and fast forward then on what the game considers fast forward at this point. Right. Yeah, it's caused some flooding. And an airplane has already been produced, which is now dead. Because of the flooding that I've just happened to cause. Oh my goodness me. So it's a case of now trying to fine-tune where I need to fine-tune with the water from. Now, it looks to be okay here. So it is pretty close, but I think we'll kind of get away with it. Oh, the fishing routes. Hold on, I forgot about the fishing routes. Okay, the fishing route kind of clips just there. But it manages okay. So without having to just kind of adjust anything, we're okay. I will fine tune it, don't worry, I will get it all sorted. But that's pretty sweet, mate. We have, look at that, look at that. It's now just, oh, that's so cool, having it on the waterfront. That's cool. So what I've got to wait for now then is to slowly turn all green with the grass. And then we'll start seeing people get in and out of here. Now, what's great, though, is it's already connected to public transport, believe it or not. We have the metro stop just there, which is only a short walk, which is perfect for us. I have 2 ferry stops just there, and obviously 2 ferry stops just here as well. So it's only short walks, but it's all connected. And that's the important bit. That is the important bit. I don't quite know if you can even utilize these to walk on. I've never really used them that much. But we'll see what happens. It will take some time then before we actually start seeing planes coming in and out, because obviously I've caused some issues with the flooding and all that kind of jazz. But we'll give it some time, boys. We'll give it some time. So, oh, this is no longer got any garbage issues. So who pulled out the garbage truck then? You pulled out the garbage truck too. So we had 2 garbage trucks pull out of there, which has seemingly worked out. So I won't change anything. We'll just leave it as it is. So I wonder if we'll start then seeing the population grow a little bit more. I don't really know. Right, waves are still being caused. We've got to wait for all of this now to settle down. But while it does, let's now do a little bit of trimming in the areas that are needed. Because of the waves as well, it's going to then have changed what fish get caught, which is quite funny. So I'm going to do something quite harsh like that for that shipping, well, for the fishing route anyway. They're all okay. So I think that's the only one that I kind of really had to adjust. That's the only one we kind of had really, actual issues with. So this water is going to take a while to disappear though. And we are now waiting for the planes to arrive. Will that bridge be an issue? It won't be. It's far enough back that the planes will be over it by the time they kind of, take off or land anyway. So yeah, water everywhere. Of course, this would not be a Cineac City Skylines video if there was not water being splashed about from land reclamation. It's a signature right now of this channel, isn't it? It really is. Right, what's going on then, boys? Obviously, that one plane disappeared. Is it this now causing the issue? I don't think you can actually rise this, can you? Not really. It is kind of annoying. I don't really know what to say, but what I will do is then I'll delete it real quick, because I'm not really losing out on anything by doing this. Smoothing the land off, and I'll place it back down. We haven't really lost out. Alright, wait for that water to disperse a little bit more. And then we'll get it placed back in. And then we no longer have the dip in the taxiway, which is good. And straight away, my first plane spawns. And it's only got 10 passengers on, so there must have already been people over here waiting. Glorious! Glorious, boys. Absolutely glorious. So, like I said, we've just got to now give it time for it to to start showing us the passengers. Right, which is the brush? I always forget what the brush is here. It's not you. I should really rename it, shouldn't I? Is it the full opposites brush? No, definitely not you. Is it new? No, that's the palm tree one. No palm trees here, boy. No palm trees here. Is it new brush 1? No, I think I've already slicked that one. New brush 0. Aha, it's this one. So we will have some trees just here anyway, because the planes don't really come along this little strip. Put some trees out front and just run them along here. Let's kind of bulk the area up a little bit nicer. And down here as well. Yes, very good. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. So, we'll see how busy this becomes. It will take some time for to see for the passengers to get hit to and from here, but we'll see how busy it becomes over time. And then we'll start seeing planes actually land here as well. Ooh, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. So population growth is now slowly back on the rise ever since I delete this whole areas in favour of placing down pedestrianised zones. Took a little bit of a hit, to be honest with you, but we still got loads of space that we need to grow. But we also have a lot of space for commercial as well. So within this area, is there room for me to do some high density commercial? Yes, there is. Growing the commercial districts means it grows the other districts. And since we've got the demand, we've got to pump it all in. So hopefully we spend that demand right now with this small little kind of space. We're just really waiting for a plane. Do you know what I didn't kind of see? I didn't spot which way the plane took off from. I didn't spot it. So I'm not too sure in which way planes are going to approach this airport. I'm trying to glance around to see if I can see planes coming, but I reckon we'll be a bit too early just yet. So that's now growing a little bit of commercial, which is good to see. How utilised is this? 300 passengers, that is quite heavily utilised. Right, we might start seeing more of people trying to make their way over here. Right, I'm trying to glance around. Let me go into the free camera. I'm going to zoom right out, because there's a bunch of planes over here. But obviously I don't know which ones are going to try and navigate this way. It could be a while yet before we see the first plane land. Oh no, there's some planes going that way, but they could be for the cargo over there. Do these look like cargo planes? Do you know what? They are. It could be some. It could still be quite some time yet. So I don't think there's any rush just yet. But we are starting to get quite a little booming population. I don't know whether that's to the fact that maybe planes now are on the way with people on board, or whether the fact that I've kind of squeezed down some more commercial, which makes this more desirable for residential to now grow. With that said, let's spend more of this commercial demand, because it's taken a prolific change to my residential growth. So we might as well squeeze a little bit more in little areas, which I think will be quite exciting. Because I recently placed the load down, but obviously this commercial demand doesn't want to sell. And this is the perfect place for it with the amount of public transport connections. Shoppers can come from all angles. They really can. Right, just a slight little zoom out, see if we can see any planes. Can't really. But how long does it take for grass to grow? I'm not sure. I mean, I could put some around here, but I like the open tree kind of vibe that we've got going on. Right, that's spending that commercial demand right now. I think I placed a fair amount down, so that will just kind of suck it all up. And any planes yet? Am I too early? Right, there's some planes over here. But they're flying in the same path. So they're definitely going to the cargo airport. Man, it takes forever, doesn't it? It does take forever. But at least we're getting some commercial growth anyway. Right, sweet. So while we wait for that to now all skedoodle through and wait for our first plane to land, I think it's really a perfect opportunity to check power, check our utilities, water's looking good, garbage, amazing, schooling, elementary's on the cusp, so's university. Is it time to build the third university? I have no public libraries. That's something else we're going to have to do at some point. Happiness. People in offices are not that happy. Well, they are happy, but not hugely. What about our healthcare? Deaf care? We've got a huge capacity. I've only said that because I've not noticed a few dotted around. We don't really have any coverage within here for deaf care, do we? Is this a hospital here? It is. Why do we not have any deaf care nearby? So we'll squeeze a better creme just there. It's only really one, but there's better crematoriums right now. They give us the ability to have 20 hearses in circulation. You don't want too many because, you know, we've already got quite a bit. Oh, is it me or is that bridge busy? That's a very busy bridge. Now you can't... What's that gonna be? Where are these people going? Oh, is it all the commercial vehicles going to the new commercial zones? Ah, it could be. That might be a problem. Now, I do have the ability for them to kind of utilize the highway and then kind of turn off there to enter in here, which can work out well. But the fact that they want to use this bridge is slightly worrying. So it's not the fact that the backlog getting in, it's the fact that they get down to here and they don't really know where to go. Do they? They want to do turns here, there, and everywhere. So, for now, not a quick fix, not a simple fix, but we're going to say to them... Wait, what is this road? Why is there a road here that's like a 3-lane turn? But we're saying right now that you cannot do a left turn. Thus, hopefully... Obviously, it pushes them down to the next junction. But hopefully there's a lot less action on the next junction. And just moves everyone down a little bit further. That's really weird. There's got to be a reason to why I did that. There has to be. Anyway, I don't want to fix it or do anything just yet. Because ultimately, I've only just built these zoned areas. And if that traffic sticks around, we might need to think about other alternative ways to get people from one side to the other. They really should be using this highway a bit more. Oh, anyway, we got a plane here. So, where did this plane come from? Oh, it's boarding passengers. So, we can see another plane take off. This is what I want to witness, is what direction it takes off in. So, I know which way the planes are going to be coming from when they want to land. I'm seeing movement around here as well, guys. People walking. Just waiting for this plane to depart. Right, we've seen a little bit more movement right now. I know it does push it down to there. But we got some serious backlog over here, which is kind of crazy. Oh, okay, it goes this way. So we are witnessing planes coming from this direction when they do want to land. Right. And it takes off in that direction. Sweet. The grass is growing ever so slowly. And I'm not sure how long we have to wait until we do see a plane. And I keep glancing. So what is the speed limit on this bridge that is making people maybe utilize this over anything else? It is 100 miles an hour. We're going to reduce that down to a 60. And what is the speed of the highways? The highways are 100. Now, Not to say that they're going to then all of a sudden start, you know, going alternative directions because it's quicker. But there's got to be a reason why all of a sudden we're getting so much traffic on this bridge. Has to be a reason. Now, if they all want to do a left turn here, they can do a right turn, and go under and enter that area. Or they just kind of progressively moving on through. I don't know. But we're going to discourage turnings. I'm going to upgrade this road because I feel like that shouldn't be like that. I reckon I selected the wrong road at some point. I reckon I did, but I'm going to discourage turning here. So straight on, straight on. Because they've got this road here that they can loop around on to easily get from one side to the other. I just want to see where the majority of the traffic is trying to head in. And if it's trying to go all the way through, then that's to say that this, in terms of speed, is not quicker than this. So it's an interesting one. Yes, we got to play with speed limits. So I reckon we get down to a 40 here. 40 and a 40. Down to here, we do a 40 and a 40. 40 across the bridge. Again, just trying to discourage and trick them into thinking the highway is then the quicker route because of the speed limit. That's what we're trying to do there. So it's going to move the traffic. You can see the backlog is now starting to disappear. So yeah, interesting one. But I think the majority want them to go straight through anyway. But we will see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. Right, I don't want to get caught up in this because I'll spend hours trying to fix it. I don't want to get caught up in it. Right, planes. Are you even coming right now? Are you planes even getting over to this airport right now? Do you guys even know this airport even exists? We've seen one or two planes. To be honest with you, I've only seen 2 planes get generated from it. Now, how is this airport over here? What's going on here? Are you stuck? I wasn't quite sure if that plane was stuck right there. But that one's now moving. There seems to be a lot less passenger planes now waiting. So does that mean we're going to start seeing one lands over here right now? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, that bridge has kind of subsided slightly. Yeah, it puts pressure elsewhere. But once this all clears, it will eventually clear because there's a lot less traffic on the way over. Hopefully start seeing more people using the highway systems. Right, I'm literally now waiting for a plane. Oh, wrong button. Mr. Plane. Mr. Plane. There's other planes. So that's like just saying that they're all going to be for cargo. It looks like we're getting even less cargo planes as well. I think it's weird all round. What's our population saying? Population is 147,000. Oh, there we go. Another plane. Leaving with 47 on board right now. That's now taxiing. So I wonder where that's going. I want to see the takeoff. As it skadoodles out. And then straight to the left. Flying to Lakedale. Okay. But nobody wants to fly to CanalTown. Nobody wants to fly to CanalTown, guys. Right, where are you going? No, can't even click on that plane. Oh, is that the one that just took off? No, that's taking off from somewhere else, isn't it? Where's... Oh! It's landing here. It's landing here. Right, the approach as it goes over the train tracks. Could you imagine being on that plane right now and seeing that approach. Oh yeah. Right, it works. I mean, it's close, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And actually, I quite like it. I honestly quite like it. So that's got 200 people now on board. So we should see now 200 people now leaving the airport. And it'll be interesting to see where their preferred mode of transport lies, whether it's the ferries or the subway line. So we're just now waiting for them to all get off. Here they all come. And obviously, yeah, you're going to get a few that obviously do want to utilize vehicles. But it's where the bulk then walks. Some are obviously crossing over here, which will probably go to the ferry line over to the right. And I'm going to assume the majority of these guys here are going to walk straight down here and get onto the metro system. They're like ants, boys. They're like ants. Oh, there's a little bit of a problem there with them trying to connect on the path, isn't there? Now, will they do the right or straight on? Which is the quicker route to the metro? So straight on. I think doing a right might seem that they're walking towards the ferry system. And this is now got 329 people. We can see a lot more people utilizing it now. I think a train just pulled up as well, so these guys just about to miss the train. And they should now all be hopping on to the metro line, which they are. Nice. Fantastic, boys. And now the plane's leaving with 27 people on board. So it flies over to here, goes down there, turns around, and then comes in. Okay. Impressive. Right, how's this bridge? Right, we've got some issues on this bridge we obviously need to sort out, which is a slight problem. Yeah, I think it's now these guys turning in, stopping these guys from going straight on. So there's like a loop here we can also try and utilize as well. Just kind of sort out how people get to and from across the area, just to kind of ease the pressures. Oh, another new plane. Another new plane. 193 people on board. That's what I like to see, boys. Now we're in business. So could all these little changes right now be enough to grow the economy to push us over 150,000 population? I don't know. We're going to find out. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.